Hello, fellow readers. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time with us, I'm so glad that you are here. We focus on all things middle grade literature, specifically reading the first chapters of all of your favorite middle grade novels. Today, we are going to be reading the first chapter of Remember Us by Jacqueline Woodson. She is a very well-known author who also wrote Brown Girl Dreaming, which was a super popular book that she won the National Book Award for. That being said, let's dive on in and read the front inside cover so we can get an idea what this novel is going to be about. For Sage, it was the year the whole world seemed to be on fire. In her beloved Brooklyn community, houses were burning, and the newspaper referred to the neighborhood as the Matchbox. Among her friends, she was trying to figure out her place in the circle of girls she'd known forever, while realizing she'd rather spend her time shooting hoops with the guys. Thankfully, it was also the year of Freddy, a new kid who truly understood Sage. Together, they deal with the pain of missing what gets left behind when time passes, savor the good parts of the present, and buoy each other as they head toward an uncertain future. In looking back on that year, Sage begins to figure out how to move forward. Delving deeply into life's challenging questions about time and memory, National Book Award Jacqueline Woodson's evocative story speaks to the power of both letting go and holding on. I love that, letting go and holding on. I think that's a really interesting way to put it. So these chapters are pretty short, so I'm actually going to read you chapters 1, 2, and 3 today. All right, chapter 1. The moon is bright tonight and full, hanging low above the house across the street where an orange curtain blows in and out of my neighbor's window, out and in. And past the curtain, there's a golden light of their living room lamps. Beyond that, there is the pulsing blue of their television screen. I see this all now. I see a world continuing. And in the orange and gold and blue, I'm reminded again of the year when sirens screamed through my old neighborhood, and smoke always seemed to be billowing somewhere. That year, from the moment we stepped out of our houses in the morning till late into the night, we heard sirens. Down Knickerbocker, up Madison, across Cornelia, both ways on Gates Avenue, down Ridgewood Place, rounding the corners of Putnam, Wilson, Evergreen. Sometimes a word comes to you after time has passed, and it catches you off guard. Evergreen. The name of a family of trees, and the name of a block in Brooklyn. Evergreen. Another way of saying forever. That year, nothing felt evergreen. Palmetto. A word that has never left me. A word that in my mind is evergreen. Palmetto. The name for both a stunning tree and an oversized cockroach. Palmetto was also the name of a street in my old neighborhood. And that year, Palmetto Street was burning. Chapter 2. That was the year when, one by one, the buildings on Palmetto melted into a mass of rock and ash and crumbled plaster until just a few walls were left standing. Walls that we threw our balls against and chased each other around. And at the end of the day, when we were too tired to play anymore, they were the walls we simply sat down by and pressed our backs into, staring out over a block that was all ready, even as we stared at it with our lips slightly parted and our hands shielding the last of the sun from our eyes, almost gone. We said, well, nothing lasts forever, right? We said, one day even the whole earth will disappear. We were just some kids making believe we understood, but we didn't, not yet. We didn't understand the fires or life or the world, but we knew that neighborhood was our world, and we knew our world was burning. Chapter 3. That was the year of Freddy 2. And that is all there is for chapter 3. All right. So friends, despite that I read you the first 3 chapters, this was still the quickest first chapter Friday read aloud we've had yet. I'm very curious to see more about this novel. I'm curious to learn more about our character Sage and the ups and downs that she goes through, and to hear more about Freddy. So if you enjoyed this first chapter Friday read aloud, please consider liking and subscribing. And until next time, friends, happy reading.